They are shipping in some new big green candles, getting ready for the next crypto rally. That's what I thought of when I saw this evergreen shipping container. The big boxes looked like new green candles that are getting ready to get stacked up in these charts, pushing the price of some of our favorite stocks and cryptos higher. I'm going to be introducing today a new crypto that I haven't talked about. Many of you guys probably have heard about it, but I know there's plenty or just as many that don't know what it does and when it came about and if it's a good investment. I'm going to be introducing, it's going to be a series, and this is going to be the first one that I'm going to introduce to you guys. We're going to talk about another crypto trade that I gave in the Discord. And on that note, I have given you guys the MATIC, Polygon MATIC, when it was around $1.04 recently. And what it is I identified in the charts through the RSI, the momentum, and the price action that we were going to make a push up to 120 to 128. Now, I cannot give you the time frame in which that's going to happen. It's going to happen in the next 2 weeks is what it looks like to me. But we've already pushed up today quite a bit, up to around, I think it was $1.16 or so, which means we've come a long way. And if you had a position in MATIC, it means this is heating up. I wanted to draw it to your attention. You guys say, okay, where do I get those plays? I drop them here on this page. And so if you want to get these plays, don't miss a single video, because that's what this page is about. I'm sharing my journey with you guys. I'm sharing my trades with you guys. But I also give tutorials, explanations, and charts on the Discord. That is the Stock Squad Patreon. I'm going to leave a link for it in the top pinned comment of this video, as well as the description of the video. It's myself, Keenan Grace, Stock Up with Larry Jones, and StockMo. You got 4 of us seasoned investors providing trade alerts and technicals and answering questions over there. Come and join that family. Okay. Let's start getting into some news stories. I've got some big tech to cover. I'm going to briefly talk about Tesla, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on some macro events that are affecting this market. I've got a lot that I'm jam-packing into this video, so don't miss a single moment of it. Okay, I want to talk about the new crypto I want to talk about is a crypto called APTOS, ticker APT. Now, I want to try to explain what this one is. It is a competitor to all of the layer 1 blockchains out there, like Ethereum, ADA, Solana. Those are all layer 1. Tezos is a layer 1. But it's not based on blockchain technology. It's based on a new technology called the DAG. It's direct acyclical graph. And you know, I've studied it just well enough to give you a brief explanation. I definitely have more questions than I do answers, but basically they don't have a single blockchain that is copied or duplicated on all of the nodes out there. So what they have is like a fractional software that feeds one node off of the other, ultimately solving transactions. And this is an ingenious evolution to cryptocurrency, because it completely solves the problem of scalability as well as security as well as decentralization. And in simple terms, this is an extremely fast process, and it is a fee-less process. That's right. So when you make transactions and you use the technology, there's no fees associated with it, because it is extremely cheap to use. It's not based on mining. It's not based on sort of the blockchain technology as we know it, but it's based on the principles of the blockchain technology. Now, I dove into it, and me and my son, who's a big crypto guy, we had all sorts of interesting conversations. We did a ton of research, and I did identify a problem with Aptos that concerns me. And it's the fact that because they have this fractional transaction process where basically they only keep the previous 2 transactions that validate the next one, and that continues to evolve. Now they keep them all, but certain amounts of knowledge that relates to the transactions is only stored on specific nodes. And so, of course, one of the first things I researched is what happens if one of those nodes disappears, gets lost, or falls off the system. And the answer is that it does cause a problem. So you're like, Josh, is this a good technology to invest in, or is this a bad one? I'm going to tell you that this is an important cryptocurrency that you need to put on your watch list, and I'm going to give you some technicals about where I think the price is going and why I'm bullish on it overall. But I'm going to tell you that it's up for debate whether this is the winner. I see that it's completely eliminated all of the existing known problems with the current blockchain layer ones out there. So it solved them all. It does have another problem that it's yet to solve, and that's the potential for nodes to go down. The technology would continue to work, but the ability to have the entire recorded history that you do have in Bitcoin, right, and Ethereum, you have the entire history of the chain. You can go back from day one to the present, and you can see everything that's ever been done on it. Well, that is also true for this particular technology, but if one of the nodes goes down, the knowledge on that node could disappear. And so it's a great conversation for those who are super into the technology end of it. If you guys have an opinion, whether you think that Aptos is a great cryptocurrency that should be on the watch list, or if you don't think so, let me know in the comments. But let's talk about the price. So here's what I like and am bullish about the chart for this particular crypto. It came out in the October 2022 low of the crypto winter. It came out as an ICO, initial coin offering. And what that means is this has not participated in a bull run crypto cycle yet, right? It came out in the winter. It had these little pops along the way, but it has not had its moment, right? And so what is that moment? The moment for all of these cryptos often is this moment of discovery where people are accepting or adapting the technology and the price goes absolutely parabolic. And then from that point forward, it sets the tone as to what will happen next. We've not had that moment yet. And so I'm going to give you two prices I want you to watch for Aptos. One of them is $15.30, and the second one, I'm going to call it near the all-time high of $18.30. It's going to get bullish if we get a close above $15.30. It's going to get more bullish if we get a close above $18.30. And then the next question is, well, Josh, where could it go? Well, easy targets for this are $26 to $32. And in my view, that's just when the party would get started. That wouldn't be the parabolic move. That would be just the warming up phase. Now, I don't want you to get too excited. I want you to load all your money into this. You need to have a diversified portfolio of crypto. This is one that I want you guys to watch and put on your watch list because the opportunity that I see in it is that it hasn't had its move yet. And I was thinking about this and comparing it to other stocks that people are believing are going to come back. It's the underdog story. And you guys know what they are. One of the underdog stocks that gets talked a lot about on YouTube, on my channel, is NEO, right? And I'm not going to bash on NEO, but it was this stock that was way up, $60 to $80. Now it's down beneath $6, and there's a lot of people that are holding on hope that it's going to come back. And they have a lot of obstacles between them and success. Now, actually, currently, as the other day, I was looking at the NEO stock, and I thought there was some glimmers of hope in the company, and I actually don't think they're in a terrible position. And so if you're ever going to be a NEO underdog, I happen to have the thought cross my mind, now would be the day to do it. But how much less interesting is NEO as an opportunity story, and how much less likely is it that they're going to run back to $30 in the next 3 months? Well, I don't think any of us think that NEO is going to hit $30 in the next 3 months, but Aptos could. And so that's all I'm going to leave you guys with today. That's your crypto pick of the day, and I'd like you to put it on your watch list and let me know what you guys think about it. Now, before I go any further, this is the Stocks with Josh show. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Please hit the like button. It pushes the video out to more viewers, and don't forget to hit that subscribe so you make sure to get each and every video in this upcoming new crypto series. All right, I want to talk with you guys about the macro environment and a couple important news stories. The first one is going to be the Fed. The Fed's been talking yesterday and today, and here's the main point I want you guys to take away from it is that nothing has changed. It's very consistent with what's been said. It's the markets aren't really shocked. It's no scary moment necessarily. So basically the Fed said that his target inflation rate is 2% and that he's going to have to hold interest rates higher for longer. Now, here's where it comes into some trouble. It comes into trouble as it relates to stocks that are somewhat dependent on lower interest rates to increase their profit margins. And you know which one I'm talking about. One of the big ones is going to be Tesla. And I'm going to get into the Tesla chart here in just a second. It's an important update. I don't want you guys to miss it because today's an important day. We're at a critical threshold that if we stay above, the chart's actually could really turn bullish. But if we break below, I'm going to give you a new down target. But the other news story I wanted to cover today is actually out of China, and I wanted to read this headline to you guys. China exports top forecasts as global demand returns. Now, this is really, really good news because their exporting business had increased 7.1% year over year, which is it's a heartbeat. It's a sign of life because you know that the Chinese economy had been slowing and they're dealing with a major property crisis, as well as the fact that there's a ton of debt that they haven't processed through. And so there has been, obviously it's weighed heavily on the Chinese stock market. It's weighed heavily on stocks like Alibaba. And I know that you guys would be interested in an update on Baba, which I should try to bring soon. But this indicator showed that exports were giving some hope to the Chinese economy. And what was it that they were exporting that was so positive, that was driving the numbers up? Well, if you guys could guess it, semiconductors. And that's the story that I want you guys to keep in the forefront. And I'm going to make a point about it here after I talk about Tesla at the end of this video. So make sure you watch the entire thing. And so even though I think that the economy right now, the market is giving us a variety of signals, there is still one signal that's quite sure. And that Chinese report, the Global Economy Export Report out of China, confirmed that the AI narrative right now is still pushing strong. And so don't get it mixed up. Don't try to short these chip companies, semiconductor companies, because they're still going to be strong going into the next earnings cycle. All right, I'm going to get into Tesla here in just a second, but let me do a very quick station break for the MOOMOO investment app. You have about 30 days or less to take advantage of an incredible offer, their very best offer to grow their exchange ever, which is to give away 8.1% for people that are just putting cash in the system. After 3 months, it drops to 5.1%, which is extremely competitive. In addition to all of that, they'll give you up to 15 free stock. I want you guys to check that out. I'll leave a link as well for that in the description of the video. Okay, let's talk about Tesla. Now, if you put everything aside, I'm going to go right to the chart to begin with today. I'm going to talk about some fundamental dynamics here in a minute. But the fact is that we're sitting on a low level of support. And if it holds, this is an extremely bullish moment, because when you're at the bottom range of support, and we're at the bottom range of a lot of the indicators, right? We're in an oversold position. We're at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. When you're sitting at that level, that is your most bullish moment. Now, there could be a breakdown, right? But it could hold. And this could be your very best moment to buy. And I'm going to tell you guys what that price is. What you want to be watching right now for Tesla is for it to close and stay above $173, which means that we could flash beneath it intraday. But as long as we get back above 173 before the close of the day, the fact is, and if we saw volume and momentum follow after that, this is the best possible moment to buy Tesla this year. Now, I know I get people come back with comments and they say, Josh, you told me to buy, you told me to sell. I'm not. I'm telling you to watch the chart and to understand that if we see a big green candle on a day that it flashes beneath 173 and closes back above it, there's your buy signal. But if we see a red candle that closes beneath 173, then that's going to be called a breakdown. It's a technical break of structure. And when you have a break of structure, it means that the trade range of that structure, which is where it's at and above, is out of the picture. And the trade range of beneath it and below has come into view. Okay, and so the next thing we want to know is where is exactly the bottom of the new structure if that 173 breaks. And it is for sure 156. So if we lose 173, then you want to begin to look at the charts and plan your investment on Tesla all the way down to the possibility of 156. So this is not buy because I'm bullish. It's not sell because I'm bearish. It's watch the line. 173 is the line. I wanted you guys to have fresh technicals on that. And I want to remind you that Tesla is under pressure now because the Fed is holding the rate longer than expected. Lower rates would improve car sales. In addition to that, they have some pretty big inventory issues and price cutting that really killed consumer morale. A lot of people bought these for $110 in some cases, and they're, just 2 years later on the resale market, you're looking at only getting $70,000. So can you imagine spending $110,000 or having a loan for $110,000 and less than 24 months later, your car is only worth $70,000? You would be pissed. And in some cases, lower than that. That's one of the other big dynamics. And as more consumers complain about what happened to them, you're going to see more of a disinterest in these particular cars. And so this is not a permanent position for Tesla. This is just a lagging bad moment, and it's why I'm expecting more downturn in the stock, right? And it's going to take some great news stories and some great breakthroughs to push this stock higher. Right now, I don't see them. And so even though the chart would be very bullish if 173 held and we got a big green candle, that would be super bullish. But if it fails, we need to be realistic that this absolutely should come back to 156. Guys, I hope that helped you in your Tesla investing. I like Tesla. If you ask me what specifically I'm doing, is I'm holding puts to hedge my Tesla position, protect myself from a downside move. People will say, which puts are you getting? Well, in this scenario, because I don't have a timeline, they're going to be deep in the money and longer out puts. That's how you trade that. It would be useless to buy a closer or local put because the price fluctuations could still go up and down, and that could just cause me to be losing on my shares and losing on puts. So there's the strategy. All right, the last thought I want to leave you guys with today is just what I thought about the market when I woke up this morning. It reminded me of a moment back when we were in 2022, before we got into right around October, when things continued to drop. And then we got into November and December, we began to see a sign of life, but there was a ton of fear that we could still go lower, but there were stocks that were beginning to show life. Well, this was sort of this gray area between October and January. Things began to fire off like rockets in January, but there was 2 months of a sideways market where there were stocks that were continuing to fall. You didn't want to get into them too early, and there were stocks that were continuing to go up. Tesla at the time was one of them. The price in January was the lowest price, even though the rest of the market found its lows in October. And so here's what I think is happening right now in this market is that we're on the other end of that. We're up high where the market's giving us signals that something's changing, i.e. Apple, right? But there's still winners out there that are going higher, i.e. Nvidia. And so what I said then, I'm going to say today, which is bulls make money, bears make money, hogs get slaughtered, but sometimes you have to be a buffalo. And the buffalo is the middle ground between a bull and a bear. He's not quite a bull, not quite a bear. He's selective, and he's not out going after and trying to ram things like the bull. He's not trying to bear down like the bear. He's just grazing in the financial economic horizon, picking selectively little patches of green candles that he likes. And that's what I think we need to be doing right now, because there are still stocks that are going to be going higher for the next couple months. You do not want to go against them. But at the same time, we need to identify that we've got some signals that we have to keep our eyes on, like Apple and other companies. But that's the whole video for today, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to continue talking about crypto and stocks on this channel, so hit the subscribe to get every one of those videos. Hit the like, it pushes it out to more viewers. Peace and blessings. Talk to you soon.